Hey guys, I'm Dr. P and I'm trying something a little bit different. I've been wanting to reach out to more parents and students and share with you a little bit more about what I do and give you the opportunity to see if, after listening to the video, if this is something you can relate to or it's something your child is experiencing, and offer you at the end a free consultation to check in with me and see if working together with me in Smarty Pants tutoring and academic counseling, we would be a good fit. So I offer tutoring in packages for students, like single subjects or specific subject tutoring, and STEM and also language arts, from K through adult, okay? So there's a lot of different options available. But sometimes parents need something more, or because a child needs something more. And perhaps you especially have a child maybe in middle school, big transition time, right? Going from elementary to middle school, you start to get more responsibility. And so many times students don't have those organizational skills, or they don't have, or they're dealing with a lot of things just being a teenager, going through adolescence. And it messes with their heads. It's just how it goes. We've all been there. And so sometimes they need someone to help them come up with a concrete plan that will allow them to be successful, okay? And sometimes they just need that little bit of extra help, and also maybe some tutoring, for example. So that's one of the things I also offer through academic coaching, is I have monthly sort of like retainers or monthly plans that you can become a member, and then we can go through the various different sort of systems or solutions for your son or daughter to make sure that they are going to be successful through middle school and into high school and beyond, right? I always say that if I'm doing a good job, eventually you're going to fire me. Only because, my goal is to make you feel empowered, to help you to see that, you can do it. You do have systems in place. You do have ways of doing things, procedures. You do have the background knowledge, the tools, whatever it is, right? My job is to work myself out of a job. So in other words, I don't want your son or daughter to feel like they have to depend on me, but instead consider me like an academic partner in their process and their development, so that we can help them get where they want to go in life, starting with this particular class or this particular stage of life, middle school, whatever it is. I always come back to middle school. It's a very important time, and it's too rarely treated with the level of crazy that comes with it, to be really honest. And honestly, I was a former middle school science teacher, and I also taught high school, but I really loved the middle schoolers. I loved my 7th graders, and I liked that, from one minute to the next, they were wanting to be adults. The next minute, they want to be kids. They're goofy. They're bouncing off the walls. I just think they're the most fun age group ever. And so that probably makes me a little strange. That's okay. I can live with that. But it is a really important stage of life. Everything is changing in your body, as you know, and then mentally things are starting to fall into place, and sort of your way of doing things is based on, okay, well, my parents raised me to do this, and then I kind of think this, and then you're striving for independence, and you have the, extreme behaviors sometimes, and it's just all a matter of trying to figure out who you are and, of course, gain that independence. And so along with that, your whole body's changing, and everyone's asking so much more of you, right? So this is the typical middle school student, that's the typical version, it's so much. And on top of it, I smell funny, I need to shower more, just all of these things that are just going on with body, brain, spirit, everything is changing. And so very often do work with parents that are in this age group, just because they notice, oh my goodness, my son and my daughter is really struggling. And many parents are just super, super busy, right? You're already working 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 jobs, maybe each you and your spouse, or maybe you're single, a single parent. And I'm telling you, it's not easy. It is not easy. And so what I try to do is provide not only the single subject or specific subject tutoring at really reasonable prices, but then the same thing with the monthly management to help your student become more independent and to plan better and to prepare them, like I said, for that future. So that's a lot of what I do. And what I'm going to do is just talk to you a little bit more about, in different videos, about different scenarios that parents come to me with, and you can see if you can identify with that and if you'd like to go ahead and reach out to me. It's really no pressure. I'm a very straight shooter kind of a person. I'm not going to I'm not like a natural salesperson, I guess. I mean, I guess maybe I try to convince students to learn from me. That's somewhat of a salesperson. But I don't think I'm a natural salesperson. I'm very straightforward and I'm very, I guess, direct about things. So if you don't really need something, I'm not going to try and sell that to you just because maybe I could make more money from it. That's not how I roll. I don't think that's a good way to do business. I wasn't raised like that and I don't do business like that. So if I can help you with tutoring, and that's great, or if I could help you with more, but for whatever reason, maybe it's not in the budget right now, that's okay too. I'm going to help you any way that I can and any way that you would like me to, you know, that kind of fits what I have to offer. And so I want you to feel really comfortable and encouraged to reach out and just ask me questions and see how I might be a good fit for your family. All right. So let's go ahead and leave it there. In the description, I'll put the different ways to contact me, but I am Dr. Virginia Pantella. I am the founder of Smarty Pants Tutoring, and it's smartypantstutoring.net. Make sure the .net, smartypantstutoring.net, and on there you can see a lot of different things that I offer. And I do not actually advertise the coaching packages because I do tend to keep those to a small number of students to maintain my focus on helping them to achieve their goals. And so I like to really not have too many. So I do have limited numbers of spots for that. I will tell you that. But don't let that be the reason that you hesitate to reach out, because I'm always happy to put people on wait lists and then they can get back to me, or I can get back to them when I have an opening, right? Because as I said, ideally students leave because they're in a good position, right? That's always my goal with students, and that's been how it's gone so far. So yay. And so when something opens up, I can always let you know. Okay. So again, reach out, smartypantstutoring.net, and you can, my email is going to be in the chat, or sorry, in the description, and everything else you need to know. Okay. And I would also really, 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 really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe and save and share. As you see, I have a lot of different ways I'm trying to reach students, whether it's through these conversations, through the services I offer, or even through my taco napkin series. So I really appreciate you and your support. And again, keep me posted if there's anything else I can do to help you and your student feel extra successful on your academic and life journey. All right. Thanks, guys. Take it easy. Bye-bye.